Hi friends, Future Angelica here. Kevin actually pointed out to me that in my part 1 of this Brent camping series that I didn't actually explain what our route was, so I figured I'd pop in now. Better late than never, and yeah, let's look at the map and I'll show you exactly what our plan was and what we ended up doing. That way you can plan your Brent trip and maybe you can do the same loop we did. Okie dokie, so this is Brent. You can see the line of Algonquin Park starts here. This is one of the more northern ones. I believe Kiosk is somewhere up that way, even further north than this one is. But yeah, we started at Brent Campground. I'll tell you what our original route was, and then I'll tell you after what it ended up actually being. So we had made a reservation to stay on Cedar Lake, and then the second day we were gonna stay at Narrow Bag. And then our third night, we were gonna stay at Plum Creek Junction and then travel back to Cedar Lake and back at the start. What we ended up doing, since we made such good time getting across the lake to the Petawawa River, we ended up keep going and we stayed at Stack Rapids our first night. We had a very short day. Our second day, we still kept our Narrow Bag reservation. And then we had a very, very long third day, but it actually wasn't too bad. Catfish was an absolute breeze to paddle through. The water was so calm, like the calmest water conditions I've ever paddled in. It was beautiful. I would have loved to camp on this lake had I known. This is our first time here, so I would have maybe pushed us to go to Catfish instead of staying at Narrow Bag since it was such a short distance. Like we could have easily made to Catfish on our second day, and then we would have had a shorter route. But anywho, we ended up going to our usual spot after this 3-kilometer portage on our third day. Plum Creek Junction was a super woody, muddy little creek area. You can see how small the waterway is here. So we ended up just pushing forward, followed the current all the way down to about right here, and we stayed at this first campsite there. We were basically already back at Cedar Lake, which made our paddle out the next day super short. It was honestly worth it to have a longer day to camp here at a nicer spot, which was absolutely beautiful, than stay at this little creaky area. So sorry if that wasn't clear, we actually started at Brent, then we stayed at Stack Rapids, then we stayed at Narrow Bag, and then we stayed at Lower Nipissing. It's not labeled, but that's what it's called through the provincial park booking website. So that was the route that we actually ended up doing. Anyways, I hope you're enjoying the series so far. This is part 2, and then there will be a part 3, which will probably be my favorite part because that's when we finally see the moose, so you finally get to see that. But anyways, keep watching and enjoy. I'll talk to you later. Bye! Good morning and welcome to day 2 of this weekend's adventures at Brent. Excuse my appearance, but we just woke up, had breakfast. Hopefully you can hear me. The rapids are really loud. So we're done lounging for this morning and we're gonna pack everything up. Well, we are basically packed. Here's my bag. Kevin's packing his bag, and then we have a 2.3-kilometer portage, and then a small paddle, and then I think like a 170-meter portage, and then we get to our next campsite. So not too much traveling today, but that hopefully means we can set up camp at our next spot and then just enjoy the water, paddle around or swim, or just lounge in the hammock for the rest of the day. Oh my God. I think that was the longest portage I've ever done. Maybe, I'm not sure, but there's a lot of bugs. Oh my God, we had to stop about halfway to take a break, but now we're at the end. I guess this is a campsite too. Wow. This is like a really small paddle, and then it's just a really short portage, and then at the end of it again, I think. We just finished our second portage, and now our campsite is on this lake somewhere. This is our narrow bag campsite that we just got to. It's about 1 o'clock, so it wasn't too bad of a paddle. We're gonna set up camp and then just take it easy, hopefully go swimming. This spot's a little weedy, but hopefully on the other side of this, we can find a nice spot to swim or something. So camp is all set up now. We're getting a little warm, so we're gonna go try to find a better spot to swim. Oh, there's bugs. We're gonna go try to find a better spot to swim, trying to swat away all the bugs here. Because yeah, there's all these weeds behind us, so but I think further out there where the water is moving will be a nicer spot to swim. All refreshed. I think I got bit on my forehead. We were just swimming with the loon. Just making lots of noise. Don't know if we offended her. She's looking for someone. that's it for day 2. Good night. Good morning and welcome to day 3. Super tired, super sore this morning, but gonna wake up and pack up and get on the water. Let's go. We have a big day ahead of us. So right now we are right here at Narrow Bag, and we have to do the short paddle, an 80 kilometer, no, oh my god. A short paddle and then an 80-meter portage, and then this long paddle around here, another short portage, another short paddle, and then a long portage to our final camping spot for the night. There's a butterfly flying around. Land, so I can take a picture. Off to campsite number 3. Just started to drizzle. We're on our first portage, and I'm realizing that this would have been such a nice place to swim yesterday in the rapids. Just wade in like the top there. Oh well, next time. Paddling in the rain.